Hello folks, welcome to another round of Modern. We have Christian Fuller playing Rakdos, Sacrifice, Artifact, Shenanigans versus Cindy the Stoodle playing Esper Reanimator. I apologize, I am a little under the weather, so if I sound a little off, that is going to be why. Alright, we got Christian leading on Blackleaf Cliffs, and a recommend Nimble Pilferer didn't attack in against Cindy. And let me tell you, watching this live, Cindy is the boldest person in the world, because she did not fetch her Triome in response to the Ragavan attack. Now, the odds that the Triome was on top of the deck, very low, but knowing my luck, if I were in her position, that's where that card would have been. Right. Christian is going to cast an Oni Cold Anvil, which is a super cool card from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Red-black artifact. You can tap it, sacrifice an artifact. You gain 1 life, your opponent takes 1 damage, and then it has a secondary clause that's once per turn. Once per turn during your turn, I believe. When an artifact is destroyed, sacrificed or destroyed, I think it's sacrificed, you get to make a 1/1 construct token. It's a really cool card. There's a lot of interesting interactions you can do with it, especially in Standard right now. And Standard right now, but especially in like Modern and stuff. And yeah, Christian's got a lot of cool stuff in this deck. I can take a sip of my coffee real quick and give you just a second. Alright, Sydney fetching out that, the Esper Triome. I don't know which one it is. Rafine's Tower? No. I think it's the band one. I don't know the names. I know Xander's Lounge is one of them. That's all I know. Now Cindy's deck is a little bit different than than the iterations she's played on camera beforehand. So she's playing some new cards from New Capenna as well, including Tainted Indulgence, which is a instant speed blue-black spell. Draw 2 cards, discard 1 if you don't have 5 different types of CMCs in your graveyard. But that works pretty well because you can, like, you know, discard your Arcana Cruelty, other stuff like that. For just 2 mana. That's actually that card you see in the far right of her hand right there, that multicolor spell. She's also, I think, playing Murktide Regent out of the sideboard. There was something else new in the deck. So it's much more, it seems to be much more of a, ooh, sorry about that. It seems to be much more of a Dimir Splash white type of deck, than it is a full-on blown Esper deck. I'm sure she still has Prismatic Ending and all that good stuff, but I think we're more on like blue-black than anything else. Now the Mistress Bauble is interesting. Not typically a card you would see in an Esper Reanimator deck. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure I had asked about it, and there was a specific reason as to why they're playing Bauble, and I can't remember. Oh, Ledger Shredder. The rare 2-drop flying creature from Capenna is, I think, the reason that they're playing Mistress Bauble in the deck, which is pretty sick. So Ledger Shredder, 1 on a blue, is a 1/3 flyer, and when a player casts their second spell during a turn, you can connive, which means you draw a card, discard a card. If the card you discard was a non-land card, you put a 1/1 counter onto the Ledger Shredder. The card is really cool. It sees itself as the first spell when you cast it, and so if you follow up with like a Mistress Bauble, you'll be able to draw a card, discard a card, so you get to do a quick looting effect. And it's pretty sweet. I'm about it. Now, Christian's last turn, he played an Arcbound Ravager and a Cauldron Familiar. Arcbound Ravager, pretty cool card if you're newer to Modern and didn't get to experience Affinity. It's got a good amount of text, so we're just going to pull it up on TCG Player, and I'm going to read it out to you folks. Arcbound Ravager. Cool. So, sacrifice an artifact, put a 1/1 counter on Arcbound Ravager, and it has Modular 1, which Modular says, this creature enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. When it dies, you may put its +1/+1 counters on target artifact creature. So what Christian's able to do here is, now that he's sacrificing a bunch of stuff, or he can sack stuff to the Arcbound Ravager to make it bigger, which during his turn will passively passively make him a construct token as well. So you can make it really big for 2 mana, just punch things. He also has a cute little combo. It's a cute little 2-card combo he has in there with Arcbound Ravager and another card in his deck to try and just kill your opponent. Which I think happens in this match if I remember correctly. Cindy's going to draw some cards here, using that Faithful Mending. I'm about all the looting effects that have been coming out lately. Folks, do not develop a cold in the middle of May. I don't even know how I did it, but I managed to do it. Don't do it. Alright, we're going to use a Swamp here and Fatal Push. A Ragavan, get a Mishra's Bauble going. Alright, Cindy's at 11. Christian has an okay amount of damage on the board.
Combat.
2, 3, 4.
Swing. Before damage, I'm gonna
sack the treasures to make the Arcbound Ravager +2 bigger.
I'm gonna sack the artifact that comes off of this.
It's going to trigger the Unicult to make a 1/1, sack the 1/1 immediately. It's going to sack the the Unicult Anvil to the effect.
I'm gonna sack
right,
this.
and then sacking the 1/1 construct. And alright, cast Obnixilis. Using the casualty ability to sacrifice the Arcbound Ravager, that way he gets a copy of Obnixilis, a non-legendary copy of Obnixilis, starting with 7 loyalty, which allows him to immediately ult the Obnixilis, targeting Cindy and doing the -7, draw 7. Alright. Or you lose 7 life, you draw 7 cards. But, alright, game 1 going to Christian. Cindy's going to lead on a Marsh Flats.
Egregiously.
Christian has Mountain Ragavan go. Pretty decent start. Cindy's able to fetch a Triumph out.
I'm sorry, it's
Spire's headquarters? Is that the name? I'm trying to remember what the damn Triumph's called. I don't remember.
I brought in my swamp to my sideboard.
Ooh, Esper Reanimator, a super cool deck. I love putting it on camera. It was like the hotness, like halfway into the Modern Horizon cycle. I know Aspiring Spike did a lot of content on it, and a lot of people seem to enjoy it. Which, like, Reanimator is just a cool thing. I'm glad we finally have a Reanimator deck in Modern. So I think the most we had was like a Warrior's Vengeance deck at some point. But Persist is a cool card, lets you do a bunch of cool things. Gonna Fatal... Oh, not grabbing the Triumph. Alright. Gonna Fatal Push the Ragavan. It's gonna fetch out here the Flooded Strand. Let's see if we can see anything in Christian's hand here. So a Springleaf Drum, a Ravenous Squirrel, a Voldaran Epicure. Alright, blue-black, going to EE on 1. So, yep, we're gonna fix it out real quick. EE on 1.
On 1. Bingo, bango, bongo. That's cheat. Yeah.
The Dial Spellbow on the hand, that's pretty cool. It's a good card out of the sideboard. Alright, Voldaran Epicure. Kristen's going to make a blood token. Cindy's going to take 1 point of damage.
Goddamn standard cards.
Pioneer All-Star, Wildaren Epicure. Tell you, card is really fun to play with. There's a Dune card on the board. I believe that is the blood token. Kristen was trying to find tokens before the tournament started.
Also, these goddamn standard cards aren't looking different. Why does this printing exist?
Double feature.
I know.
Brilliant idea.
Yeah, really. Revolutionary.
They definitely
Game changer.
They paid an extra $15 for it.
They're like black and white.
Curated list. It's both of them together.
Cindy's just going to play Plains and pass the turn. Does have all three basic types. For her 3-color deck. I can't tell if the one card is a Goblin Munition or not. Not Goblin Munitions. Goblin Engineer. According to Thane, it looks like one of the Goblin cards from MH1. I could be wrong. I see a Fatal Push in the hand. Dark Shores.
I'm gonna sec the blood. I'm gonna destroy the squirrel. Untap.
Christian using the blood token effect.
Trigger.
Discarding a card to draw a card.
Mana.
Sacking the token. Floating mana off the Urza Saga here. Going to fetch, assuming a Springleaf Drum to try and, like, you know, have mana. Alright, getting an Alice Bob on instead.
No, okay. I was gonna say, this is secret information.
Oh.
No, but I did discard that on last game, so it's not secret information.
No.
You aren't flying in the blind.
Has a backup Spellbomb in hand, has a Witch's Oven, Ragavan. Insert unknown cards.
The floating mana. I'll play Ravager.
Right, using the mountain and the color, so it's floating from the other side. I'm going to play an Arcbound Ravager.
Pass.
Which is going to get Fatal Pushed immediately.
Yeah. Read it.
Prismatic Ending on the Spellbomb, which is going to pop. Or get popped.
It's true. I'm gonna fetch Shock.
Lots of mana for Cindy. Maybe we'll see the hardcast Arcana Cruelty, which I am living for. Alright, 2 mana here, dashing a Ragavan, maybe?
Dash.
Ooh, sorry about that. As the Springleaf Drum's in his hand, that's probably why he didn't fetch it off the Saga there.
Go.
Alright, the E's gonna get popped. No, we're gonna attack 4, Christian.
Oh, Underhand. Living. Squirrel.
So a ravenous, I almost said a ravenous chupacabra. A ravenous squirrel, I think's the name of it. I see Springleaf Drum coming down.
Spell bomb.
Doing Nile Spell Bomb.
Pass.
Set fetch.
Alrighty. So he's just drawn a lot of lands, which is unfortunate. She's over here on Mana Central, where the plan might just be to hardcast an Archon.
Right.
Archon Cruelty being 8 CMC, though, is a little rough.
Okay. What's the CMC of Archon?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
8
too.
or 7? Cindy?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Cindy?
I'll look it up if you don't tell me.
Fine, use the companion app. It's at your disposal.
I think it's 8. Christ, it's 8.
Checking for the Archon.
I'm living for hardcast Archon.
CMC. The Gatherer text for Archon. The Gatherer text, the Oracle text.
Passing turn, you say.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Alright, fetch it here at the Bloodstained Mire. Carving out a tapped Blood Crypt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cindy is close. Cindy is 1 mana off.
That doesn't do shit.
It's been a riveting game of Magic.
Playing out a Sword of the Meek here.
Should have looked at this before we got here.
Trust, it's good. Right? I guess I'm supposed
Is it just so you can sack it to Oni Bolt and make a 1/1
to.
run back?
Christian has 2 cards in his hand.
And that's also, and so
One of
like,
which I
you
think
can
is a
sack-
Shrapnel Blast, which was a card I didn't know existed until this match.
Like, yeah, it does things. It's not. It doesn't do anything right now. Do I want to? Pass.
Looks like we are browsing MTG Goldfish for deck lists.
Did you mark your lifetime?
I did.
You didn't. I didn't.
Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think Cindy drew the other land. No.
What are you playing? Banana buttercream combo. He never renames his Skyfall decks, so he just goes to the generated names.
This is prismatic getting on the Sword of the Meek, which is just going to get sacked to the
Sack this, deal
Shrapnel
5
Blast. Okay.
Trigger.
You're going to deal 5 damage. Going to trigger the squirrel.
This is a card that exists.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cindy's in Spain.
Oh.
Tap this for green off the Springleaf Drum. I'm gonna sack this. Put a +1/+1 counter. Gain a life, draw a card. Gain a life, draw a card. Play a Witch's
Right,
Oven.
here comes the Witch's Oven.
Pass.
And passes the turn.
Yeesh. Alright.
Oh no, it was the Dark Six Shores.
Pass.
Whack.
I like your nails, Cindy.
Thank you. No, it should just be bad face.
Epicure, one.
Right, the Old Iron Epicure. You 1 damage.
Make a blood.
Make a blood. I'm gonna immediately discard it. Draw a
I
card.
think we're going to activate that squirrel a bunch of times.
Sack this. I'm gonna
Just
pay
going to sack the
black,
Spell Bomb here. Opting to draw a card.
Draw a card.
You suck.
I'm so sorry.
You suck.
I do suck. Wow. Deck sucks.
Give her a turn to draw and cast.
God damn it. I can actually
Alright,
put
looks like we're going to be growing the,
Oh, no, never mind. No, never mind.
the squirrel here to lethal range. It's a 5/5 currently. If
This isn't fun.
Because it triggers.
Christian just activates the oven, sacks the Epicure, I punched the mic,
It triggers off
and then
creatures, too.
sack the oven to
I'm
the
gonna
squirrel
sack this,
effect.
make a food,
That
put
should
a
be
counter
7
on it,
damage.
Put it up to 5. I'm gonna sack the food, put it up to 6.
All this for a Fatal Push, though, would be sick.
Fatal push. Let's go.
Ooh, Persist Archon. Alright, folks, that is going to be game 2 going to Christian. Thank you for watching. Rakdos Sacrifice Artifacts takes it 2-0 over Esper Reanimator. Have a great rest of your day.
No, my sideboarding was egregious. I probably
What was egregious?
I sided out the Thoughtseize.
I mean, that's not that egregious.
Like, he's kind of like a mid-range artifact poop.
And then, well, here's the thing: is that I also could have brought back in those. I could have brought those in.
Oh, you definitely should have